express yourself.
Here we go.
Good evening and welcome to another edition of Express Yourself. I'm LaSonia Johnson, your co-host.
And I'm Vernon Richardson, your host.
Today we're going to focus on unity, coming together and striving for a successful life together. Speaking of unity, Vernon, when was the last time you've attended your family reunion?
Oh, wow. It really hasn't come to that time yet, but I'll tell you one national black family reunion that I'm going to attend to is in September the 10th and the 12th, coming up.
Exactly. I plan on being there.
You should.
I attended my family reunion back in July 4th, and you know how you come into community with your family,
Sure.
and you haven't seen them in so long, and they start squeezing your cheeks and talk about, oh, you look so good and you're gaining so much.
Yeah.
I had so much fun, I tell you. And one thing that I learned a lot about my family reunion this time around is the unity and how it was thrown together at the last minute, and we all got together and we just made it successful, and we made it happen. We sure did.
That's what we all need to do sometime, to get together, not only just on a one-year basis. You know, family reunions can be throughout the year, but we always look at it a one-year type of event. But I would encourage all families to get together more.
That's very, very important. Stay tuned for a very dynamic speaker. She's going to be right here on Express Yourself tonight.
So watch the role models rolling, and if you're living fine, you can begin again. This show right here, it kills off the base. Vernon Richardson is all about peace, so take a chill for a bite.
I expect to get pushed around on the court. That's all part of the game. But driving on the Beltway is no game. That's why I drive to survive.
Hello and welcome back to Express Yourself. My guest is a woman who attended Howard University. She received a degree in communications and is now the president, the owner of a production company here in Washington, D.C. I would like to welcome you. It's a pleasure to have her here on Express Yourself, Ms. Sheeba Freeman Halen. Please and welcome to have you.
Thank you. Thank you. My pleasure to be here.
Tell me, after graduating from Howard University, how did it all start for you?
Well, I have what I would consider a very strong network of colleagues and friends. We were in the School of Communications together. We were all kind of looking at what were our careers, what would they be,
okay.
And we kind of helped each other look for jobs. And we were all in the same industry one way or the other. So I was able to really find a job here in Washington with a concert promoter, Dimensions Unlimited, Mr. Bill Washington. That's where I got my start. Yes, yeah, very great entrepreneur, and worked for him for 10 years. Went in there, not exactly sure what I was going to be doing. Kind of started in the, I guess, clerical area, and just in 6 months' time, I was working on production and also advertising schedules, and then promotions, and then develop from there. And when you work for a small business, or when you work for a lot of these are black businesses, you got to do more than one thing. And so that gave me really good experience, very good experience.
Good. Now, networking, which is very important. When you graduated, and did you, as you said, it was very important for you to keep in contact with your colleagues. Do you still now have that same network, that same concept?
Yes, we have. I mean, I think it's just a really great network of people. I go to, my roommate is a woman who now owns a communication company. She's a publicist for In Vogue, Jimmy
Right.
Jam and Terry Lewis. So we, Sheila
right on
Eldred.
off,
So we
yeah,
keep,
yeah,
we keep
right.
her. We do business together. We have projects that we work on together.
Okay.
There are other, and a lot of these are women, some men, but there's another woman who works. She's an executive at a record company. Another woman, there's an organization called IAM, the International Association of
Okay.
African American Music, and we do a conference together. So we have a very strong friendship and good business relationships, and we're able to call on one another because we're all kind of in a different area, but all still in communications, the
Sure.
record industry.
Which is important for everyone to
Absolutely.
understand that.
Oh, yeah.
Now, how difficult, or is it difficult for you, being a black African American woman, to be in a business such as this?
Well, I think that this business now is opening up to very
Indeed.
wide to the African American women. You've got record label executives now who are the strongest are some of the women that are in the industry now. My end of the industry is a little bit different. It's on the more technical side
see.
and the more
Okay.
organizing, doing special events. And so from the beginning for me, in the beginning, it was, I don't want to say difficult, but it was a task and it was a challenge
Sure.
to be able to be a woman in really a man's world. And out there traveling on the road, most of the people that you're working with are men, from the stagehands to a lot of the talent,
Sure.
to the production crew. So it's one of the things that you have to be able to get respect, but then still not be a snob and to have a good working relationship. So that took some time. It took some time to be accepted, but also to learn the business and to be able to be good at what I
You
was
do,
doing.
yeah. So learning the business, first of all, very quick is the key, correct?
I'd say yes.
So somewhat,
Yes.
okay. And then being very versatile within the organization is another point, very good
Right.
key. Now, within that organization, you as a woman, you're there and you're looking around and you're saying, okay, where do I go from here? 10 years, you stay with Dimensions Unlimited. What happened after that?
Well, during that time, a couple of things were happening. I was wondering, now what is the next step for me? I was
Right.
doing production, so I was on the road quite a bit because we did a lot of tours at the time in the southeast corridor of the country. I was also then working, coming in the office each day, putting together the advertising schedules, working on special promotions, working with the artists. And after a while, I said, I don't know if I'm growing anymore, if it's a challenge for me.
Right.
So what else, do I want to do? And also, I wanted to look at, I would like to have a little bit more control of my time. So I'm working 7 days a week for the most part, and I said, I think now I'm interested in seeing what an entrepreneur would be like. I had been working for one, I wanted to be one, needed to grow. So I looked at, I had very good support with my family, and
Very important.
Very important.
Very.
And then my husband-to-be at the time
Okay.
said, look, I think that this is something that you should go ahead and pursue. So I'll be the anchor person, and you go out there and you try it. So I knew that I was going to be a project-oriented kind of situation. I mean, I am basically a one-woman company, even though I call in on other consultants
Right,
and other people
right,
when my
right.
project expands. But it was still, for me, I said, I need my very first project to just kind of launch myself and to
Sure.
get out there. So I had to
Indeed
take
you
that
did.
step. Yeah.
That's great. Now, motivation, you spoke about your husband-to-be, which is now your husband. The role that he played, which is very important for my Expressive Self viewers, because it's very important to have someone to help motivate you through your time and being entrepreneurship to achieve your goals. How did he play a very important, I know he played a very important role, but how did he help motivate you within that time?
Well, during that time, he was playing for the New England Patriots,
Okay.
and then I think got traded to the Cleveland Browns. So he had been playing football for quite a while,
Okay.
like 5 years now. And he played a total of 8 years, and what we had to do is to find out about each other's careers
There you
and
go.
what that meant,
Right.
and so he spent time with me even before we got married, seeing what
what was it like?
What it was like
yeah.
to see what Sheeba does as a production person, and he understood what it was, and it was a very different world for him, just like his was for me, and he was just supportive. He said, if you want to now take these steps out there on your own, I think that you should try it. And I needed that. I needed to know that I could rely on someone, and you're always afraid to go out and be a failure, and I didn't want to worry so much about being a failure, but so much about just knowing that I could go out there and that I tried. If it didn't work for me, that I would go ahead and do something else. But I come from a family background where my mother and father are strong people and hard workers, and for me it was just like a matter of, if I get out there and if I try it, it should work. You know, and I've always believed that if I get out there and work hard at it, that something is going to happen, and I've been very blessed. I mean, it works well for me now. Gives me freedom, some freedom to be at home at times, to deal with my family. But it isn't so different from having a 9 to 5 either, because you're still, even though you say, well, I have my own business, you are still working for other people. Depending on what project you're doing, you're working for a lot of different other people.
Sure, and so your time span actually gets longer.
Much longer days.
Throughout the day, right.
Definitely longer days.
You know, you spoke of something about family, you know, family support, your mom and dad, and that's very important. Family morals, and I see that you adopted that. They instilled that in you, and that's important. And a lot of us, you know, don't feel that it's important to support the kids, you know, upcoming, which is very, very important. Is there anything that you would like to add on to that?
Well, I am so, I guess, really concerned about where our children are going.
Indeed.
And one of the things that kind of took me out of just doing concerts only, which is what I did when I worked for Dimensions, is that the music changed and drastically, and I was right there at the beginning of the rap, and I don't have any problem with the art form or the style, but I'm very concerned about the topics of discussion. And it's one thing to have a love song, and it's one thing to talk about, you know, just having fun, but it's something else to talk about, and the way they talk about some of the artists are just discussing things, to me, that should be private matters.
Sure.
The disrespect that they have for one another, and the disrespect that they have for women, you know, young women.
Sure.
And I saw that. I just saw the change, and I said, maybe I'm just getting too old, but I know that I can't be out there dealing with a lot of this. And so I had to have a look at something else. So there must be another way I can help. Because for me, just being out there, going from concert to concert, and making sure that they happened was not enough.
Was not enough.
You know, it just was not enough. And I said, I have to be able to get involved in other projects so that I feel like I'm giving back, and that I'm able to say, you know, this is not the only way. And music, I know, is so important. It's our lifeline.
Yes.
You know, I mean, it's just something that we had all through the years. I mean, back in slavery, it is what kept us going. And it is also, I know, an expression of our disbelief. Sometimes it's an expression of our dissatisfaction. So I understand how it's used, but I'm concerned that sometimes it's not used properly, you know, and that we're not, or maybe that's just, and if that's how our children are feeling about one another, then I'm really concerned.
Something is definitely happening to the music industry right now, especially for the youngsters. And
not just the music industry, but it's happening with the society. I mean, the music is an expression of where people are and what they're feeling, so that part I understand. What my concern is what they're feeling and what the problems are, and I want to see a new resurgence of, like Lasagna said, unity, respect for one another, respect for yourself.
Regardless.
And I just don't think that they care enough about themselves, so therefore they don't care enough about other people. You know.
There you have it. Ladies and gentlemen, Sheeba telling it like it is. She's truly expressing herself. I tell you, our time is running out, but we will return after this message. Okay, first half, 12 more minutes. We out.
Hi, I'm Charles Mann. Did you know that the Washington, D.C. area has the highest rate of kidney disease in the nation? But there are a few things we can do to help change this.
Learn about kidneys and their diseases.
Know the warning signs of kidney disease.
Talk to your family about donating your organs.
Consult your physician right away if symptoms occur.
Always carry your organ donor card.
To learn more, call the National Kidney Foundation. Let's all work together to beat kidney disease.
Hello and welcome back to Express Yourself. If you're just joining us, I'll tell you, the first half was a doozy. A lot of positive, great information. But for those of you who are just joining us now, President, the owner of the production management company, Sheeba Freeman Haley. Let's talk about the National Black Family Reunion, which is coming up, which is one of your biggest upcoming projects.
Yes, it is.
Okay, the 7th year, correct?
This is the 7th year for what? Yes, and it is I guess I could say it's one of my favorite projects.
Okay.
And it's the 3rd year project for me.
Your favorite?
I'd say
is it your favorite?
I think it's one of my favorite. It's definitely a lot of work, but at the same time, it is an event that is for the people, and I feel like it is Dr. Dorothy Height, who is President and CEO of National Council of Negro Women, developed this event to help us as a people,
sure,
and to promote us as a people, and to help us come back to the family. I think that's some of the problem. It's like, come back to the family. There are a lot of positive things happening in our families.
Absolutely.
And we're celebrating the family. It is an event where we're giving back. We're trying to give as much information to our communities as possible. There's entertainment, and the entertainment is also a way of expressing ourselves, but nonetheless, corporations, both regional and national, get involved, and we try to do as much as we can to get people kind of geared up now to remember that our families are important. It's not just a picnic event. You know, you can come out, we can get out to know each other, you can have a good time while you're gathering information and becoming educated on a lot of issues. A lot of issues.
That's great.
Yeah.
What are some of the performing artists that you're going to be having here?
We've got, we have a lot of celebrity guests, and our national co-chair this year is Danny Glover.
Oh.
And that's wonderful.
Hot.
And
Danny's hot right now.
And he's very involved.
He's a tremendous activist. He helps. He's about the community.
Yeah, he definitely is. So we're happy to have him, and he will be there on the weekend with us a couple of days. Also, we do a concert on Saturday night and Sunday night. Okay. During the day, we have what we call pavilions. They're themed open tent areas, everything from education, health, youth and teens, children, jobs and business opportunities, family values, and so along with those happen between 12 and 5, and then at 5:30 we do an R&B concert on Saturday night, which will be featuring Low Key, Raven Simone, Javita Steele, and then on Sunday we have a big gospel fest. So Bobby Jones and New Life are going to be there with us, Vanessa Bell Armstrong, and a group Anointed. So the concert's wonderful. It's free. It's free.
My Express Yourself viewers,
you don't,
it is free.
That's right. You don't have to worry about which family member can you take, you know, can grandma come? Everybody can come. It's
whole
free.
big family affair, right?
Big family affair. We've got free immunizations going on this year for the school kids.
Oh, wonderful.
And that we're doing in conjunction with our partnership with DC Public Schools. We also we've really focused on that health issue. So DC Chartered Health Plan, which sponsors our health pavilion, will have a lot of health screenings, cholesterol, high blood pressure, free dental screenings. Come get a checkup, see what you need to go back to your dentist or family dentist to say, this is what I need done. So there's something for everyone, absolutely everyone. We focus on elder care as well. So I mean, from every gamut, from the young child all the way to our elders.
And that's great.
That's right.
A lot of positive information is going to be provided for everyone,
That's
of
correct.
course.
Absolutely.
And as you know, information is power. And Sheeba has put this together along with a lot of other people that you may want to take some time and give them a special thanks, I guess.
Oh, yes, I thank everyone. This is my first year as regional coordinator, which means I'm working in Washington to try to help bring all the entities, all the different things together. And we've got a great staff. We've got a wonderful national staff and local staff that work hard. Right now, as we're sitting here, we have a celebration going on in Los Angeles. We have 7 cities that we do.
Really?
And
7?
so Washington will be number 6. We end in Memphis. We've already done Chicago, Philadelphia, Cincinnati, and Atlanta.
Wonderful. So what type of, do you get feedback? What type of feedback do you get from the event itself?
I think that the people look forward to it. I mean, folks start calling. They know it happens every year in September for Washington. So we get very good feedback. We're trying to really make sure that we get more community businesses involved.
Sure.
In the last 2 years, we have been able to open up what we call the marketplace, so that we can get some of our African American vendors with crafts and books and whatever to sell. And they do that on our auxiliary site, which is Constitution Avenue. We're actually right there in the street. Between 14th and 15th Street. And then the other events are held on the Washington Monument grounds. And so we're trying to really bridge that gap between community businesses and the people. And so we also have African American food vendors, and it provides an opportunity for some of our local businesses.
All small business owners.
Yes, for small business owners, and also for some of the larger regional sponsors that come in. Like DC Chartered Health Plan has been with us from the beginning, and they do a wonderful job in sponsoring the Health Pavilion.
Great, great. Now, you're in front of this. You're looking at this project, and you go through putting this thing together every year. Okay, how do you get people? What's the chemistry of you getting people to participate?
This project, the Black Family Reunion Celebration, is really heavy volunteer-based. I mean, we rely heavily on volunteers to make it run once we get into it. They come in and do mailings. They are out there in full force the weekend, making sure that things are running. We have a staff of people as well, but also, I mean, we get at least 200 volunteers, 200 to 300 volunteers that come and give their time, and we're indebted to them, because without them we really couldn't make it work. So we have a small recognition, a gala reception for them on the Friday, and then also we have what we kick off with our day on Capitol Hill, which is a leadership forum. And we have people who put that together. We're honoring teachers. We have an Excellence in Teachers Award. There are so many entities. One of the things that has to happen is, it's kind of formatted. We know what programs that we need to have involved, and then we've got to call on those people. We've got to call on our friends. We've got to call on the Smithsonian Institute for help. We call on DC government, the National Park Service. There are a lot of meetings. It takes a lot of meetings. It takes a lot of cooperation from all the different agencies, but everybody comes together because I think we all enjoy the event, and it is an event that has been wonderful. It's been blessed. We have not had any negative incidents. People are usually in very good spirit, and the city really seems to enjoy it, and they're really trying to engulf it, and that's what we like.
Wonderful.
We need.
What about the media coverage? Do you get any media coverage at all?
Yeah, we get good media coverage, I believe. We have a great publicist who's out, early on trying to let everybody know what's going on. We're trying to get the radio stations to really embrace it a little bit more. It's not one of the events that's not as commercial as some of the other events. It's not just a picnic. It's not just, come out and eat, all the barbecue and all the whatever you can eat. It is come out, enjoy yourself, and have fun, but at the same time, come and listen and get some of this information and give us some ideas, exchange some of the views, express yourself.
All right. Now, for some of my viewers that would like to volunteer and express themselves at the National Black Family Reunion, is there a number that they can contact you?
Yes. They can call the headquarters, the national office, the National Council of Negro Women. The number is 202-659-0006.
Once more, just a little.
202-659-0006. And we'd be happy to take your call, take your name. We have a great volunteer coordinator And we find something for everyone to do. Everyone.
Okay, all right. And that number's going to still be in effect for next year?
Yes.
Good.
Yes.
Because I'll be a volunteer next year, not this year because I'm kind of like tied up.
All right.
But I would like to be 200 plus.
We'll hold you to that.
All right.
We'll hold you to that. We can use it.
Now, speaking of your career and your production company, you have done a lot of work with a lot of entertainers and did a lot of tours and what have you. But some of the people that your list just go on and on. But who are some of your favorite?
I don't have a problem with naming my favorites. My favorites include Patti LaBelle. Wonderful person to work with, great spirit, and has always been a lot of fun. Gladys Knight and the Pips, good time with them. Luther Vandross. I had a really good time and enlightening tour with the New Edition. I did one of the really strong New Edition tours when they were the original group all together. So, and I'm kind of proud of those young men. I've watched their change in their businessmen as well as entertainers, and it's good to see growth in people and the development. So I think, without really revealing my age, I've been around and I've seen some of the changes. And I have, there are just some people who I would work with forever, you know.
Well, Sheeba, I really want to thank you. Express Yourself. We had a great time. It was a pleasure, but now it's time to close out the show. Is there any last comments that you would like to express to our Express Yourself viewers?
What is important, I think, for me here is I would like to encourage everyone to come out to Black Family Reunion Celebration. If you've never been before, come out and try it. I think you'll enjoy yourselves. You'll learn a lot of things. There's a lot for everyone to be involved in. We need to really embrace each other, to learn to love one another again, and I think to be more positive. They focus so much on the negative things that are happening in our communities, but there's some very good things happening, and we're all a part of it. And so I'm happy that I'm a part of an event like this. I'd like to let everyone else share the excitement and the fun and the growth that I'm experiencing as well.
Great. Like, come on down.
Come on down to the Black Family Reunion. It's September 10th, 11th, and 12th. Washington Monument Grounds and Constitution Avenue. Okay,
there we have it. Sheeba, it's been wonderful.
Thank you.
I'd like to wish you the very best and continue in your future endeavors.
Thank you very much. It's been a pleasure.
All right.
Working smoke detector could mean the difference between your baby's first birthday and his last. Please keep your smoke detectors working. If you don't have one, the Prince George's County Fire Department will give you one free. Call 864-SAFE.
Hello and welcome back to Express Yourself. So, Sonia, what are you going to do in September?
The 10th, the 11th, the 12th. Oh, you know it. I'm going to attend that Black Family Reunion and join in all of the fun that they're going to have.
Are you
screenings.
sure?
I won't even get my teeth checked out. You hear what she
Oh,
she
yeah.
said
All that positive information. It's going to be a lot of information, a lot of networking, a lot of small businesses, and, of course, some big businesses. But most of all, it's going to be people there that's going to be focusing on each other. Family reunion, national family reunion. Come on down. Let's have some fun. How about you?
How about you?
I'm going to express myself.
I'd like to say to all of our Express Yourself viewers, if you'd like to write to us or if you have any comments, you can do so by writing to us at P.O. Box 2337, Landover, Maryland 20784. Or you can call us on our Express Yourself comment line, area code 202-861-0207, extension talk.
Please remember this. Follow your dreams. Believe in who you are. Community and unity is the key. Until next time, peace.
With freedom, justice, and equality. Knowledge itself be the key to positivity. Here to show and prove, to put the youth on the move with a positive mind rule. We deal with adolescents straight up. Ain't no future in front, so just give it up. It's such a fine line between right and wrong, so for the young ones, this should be a theme song. No line